Eric Connor knew he had this planet by the balls, as evidenced how all the plaques and banners lined the walls of his prestigious dorm room, college in the Ivy League. He never knew of worry. Life to him was iced as tea. With spring break now in session, parties all were off the hook, a full 2 weeks of sex and drinking. Mine from off the books, his classmates were in frenzy getting plastered to the dome, while Eric had more pressing troubles waiting back at home. His mother lay awaiting death from tumors of the brain. She wasn't doing well, and he'd heard rumors of the same, so while his friends got wasted with a bursting bout to life, young Eric prepped his Wrangler for a 13-hour drive. That's 650, give or take some miles away. His plans were drive it quick, so about 325 a day, which gave a Thursday morning ETA if all went well. He'd done this times before. The distance really small as hell. 12 hours earlier, Eric, Troy, and Dave were at a party for some frat. They got along as far as suite mates went and all of that. With Eric's lousy news, the two friends felt they owed him that. Their ears for him to vent to. In the midst, they'd throw him back. The Alpha Delta Beta house was packed as per the norm, the women drinking freely, fully stacked as per the norm. The frat prez Jason Simmons groped a babe with all his game. Too bad that it was Eric's ex. Her name was Autumn Rains. She'd told him that they'd got too close, and that had made her scared. The tears had shown on Eric's face like that had made her care. He laughed at her hypocrisy right then. It clearly showed that she and Jason too had also gotten pretty close. It had only been 2 days since she had left him high and dry, which also brought back memories of how that night he'd cried, and now to sit and witness such a pitiful display made Eric drink Bacardi till the shit pulled on his face. 13 hours later. Driving down the road made Eric sit and flash it back, which made his breathing labor to a panicking attack. I'd better slow my roll, he pondered as he drove the road. His mother was his focus now. He braced and drove alone. Wait! Hadn't he gone down this stretch of highway just before? He'd stopped at this same filling station. My, how it had poured, just like how it's doing now. The rain came down in sheets. He'd thought of love and romance in the rain and said, how sweet. That must have been an hour past, or maybe 2 at max. See, driving down the thruway in the rain was doing that. It hypnotized you, seeing all the same old scenery, the same old trees and station houses, or what seemed to be. He drove on till he saw the exit ramp he was to take. He focused as he took it, thinking of the chance to make himself look like the fool he truly thought that he'd become. He navigated right and said, let fool and road be one. There's the station on the right with highway to the left. Subconsciously, he felt it. Something slightly to the left. The same green faded sign for exit 6289. He thought of bearing right ahead in 8 or maybe 9. More miles, so that's like maybe 10 or 15 minutes tops. No sooner than he thought it 10 or 15 minutes dropped. Young Eric bared accordingly, his vision eyeing right, his right foot braked down gently as the wheel turned high and tight. There the Hexco station is again. What's going on? As Eric passed again, he knew that something's gone and wrong. He's sure he made the right-hand turn when exiting the ramp, but now he wipes his forehead and he feels it's wet and damp. Now Eric racks his brain to figure out just what the hell, 'cause something stinks. If only he could find out what's the smell. Here's the exit now, he says. I'll turn just like before. And as he makes the right, a noise is heard just like before. 2 hours later, Eric had lost count of just how many times he'd looped. The road was going nowhere, and he'd lost mad time to boot. He laughed out loud to realize what he hadn't thought before. The only thing the same through all this time, he thought. The store. So pulling in the gas pumps, Eric had another thought. Through all these different loops, he never saw another car. He hoped he'd find some answers in the small gas station store, 'cause going round in circles, he was gassed to take no more. It looked as though the store was closed, 'cause all the lights were off. The rainfall came down steady, thunder hard with lightning soft. As Eric touched the door to enter, all the lights came on. He went inside and turned to see that all the rain was gone. What the was all that he could utter out before. He saw the scruffy counterman come in from out some door. That must have been in back because the timing was akin. He smiled, then shook his head at Eric. Finally, you've come in. The strange day culminated with a total loss of words. Or could it be that Eric knew them? He'd just lost the nerve. It takes to ask a question you may know the answer to. The counterman looked on and said, "No need, I'll answer you." You've spent most of the evening going round and round the bend to look for what your soul's already known. You've found the end of living as you knew it. Now I'll put it in your head. No need to question further, see, 'cause you, my friend, are dead. It felt as though someone had punched him squarely in the gut. 'Cause Eric couldn't breathe, he only asked what. This made the counterman explode with howling laughs for days. You know already what you seek, but be that as it may. You spent the whole night drinking off the pain of lady love. You didn't sleep too much before you made it to your truck. The combination was too much to handle and you tried, till you collided with an 18-wheeler and you died. You drove the highway stretch on which you perished, back and forth for hours till it dawned on you to come back to this store, and here's where I've been waiting for you. Eric, true indeed. My words are too far-fetched, but this should help you to believe. His mother walked toward them, but it looked more like a glide. I'm sorry that it's like this, Eric, but he's right, you've died, is what she said that made his heartbeat feel so tight inside. And for the umpteenth time, it seemed he took the time to cry. The counterman clapped Eric's back and spoke while smiling wide. There'll be no need for teardrops, son. You're on the final side of heaven. Make the journey in the way intended to, with someone like your mom, 'cause Eric, she's transcended too. His mother took his trembling hand and all the tremors stopped, then led him to a doorway where the end of living stops, and as he breathed in deep, the door revealed the light inside. Then Eric gripped his mother's hand as they stepped right inside. The next day, M.E. Ed O'Reilly knew this work would be a task, to autopsy the body of a young man burned and smashed somewhere along the thruway. Even still, the cell was neat. It looked as though the man had simply drove and fell asleep. He'd seen a lot of strangeness in his 30-year career. The young man on his table had a smile from ear to ear, regardless of his cranium and torso being crushed. It had left the doctor smiling as he then began to cut. Available now on Amazon Kindle and Lulu paperback books. Published by No Stems, No Seeds Publishing. Written by The Cunning Linguist. Copyright 2015.